there is order in your life and also in our world. You may not feel that way right now, depending on what you're doing or where you're being pushed to become yourself, because that's the energies that are moving around now, because we're trying to evolve, and that's why you are alive, so that you can move to the next level of who you're meant to become. Sometimes we resist that. I've resisted quite a bit, so I do understand it because it can be scary going to that place that you don't know and you're not sure and you have the doubt. But then you might discover something really incredible about yourself, because that is what we're supposed to do, and that does happen. And sometimes you might discover something that no one else has done, in no one has ever done before. And that's what happened for me, but you could do the same thing because we're supposed to pass that on, and that's what I'm doing now. Because I'm 75. I've done, no, I'm not. I'm going to be 75 in November, but that's what keeps coming up. But I'm just saying what I've been through, I didn't understand, so I'm going to explain it to you. Because now I'm changing things so that I can give this to more people. Because I want you to live your best life. Sometimes we don't know the roles that we accepted. Because I know that we have all accepted one. And mine, I didn't want to do it because it seemed too big. You may be feeling that as well because there are no limits to what we can achieve. However, the science of it, when I can say there's order in your life, I do know that. And see, I wrote that message last night, and it was also related to something in 2008. That's the message that's on the site, anyadvicefortoday.com. You can see it there because there's a continuity of energy that moves through our world. And somehow Wilhelm was having me figure that out. Now, I didn't know that before, but today I was just listening to something, and I'm going to play a little bit of it. First, we don't know what we have. You do not know what's within you and what can be developed until you start doing it. And then you have to look back and see it sometimes. I was in a group today and we were talking about hindsight. You know how you can look back and see what you've done that you didn't see before? That's exactly what happened. When I first put my program out in 2021, I couldn't tell you why it was working the way that it was. I could not explain why these people, every single person, or anyone who did it, they had this result where they understood themselves and they were moving through blockages. And I it was shocking to me. I struggled for so long in my life, and I'm looking at them and they're moving through things so quickly. And then I understand that's how evolution is supposed to happen. But there was a different element in the Wilhelm work that I didn't know. And I'm just being completely honest, I couldn't have known. And we had to have some technology to be able to explain it to me. I want you to hear this first.
I was really, really blessed to be one of the first wave of people to do the development course with Roger. And it was really eye-opening. I did it at the same time that I was receiving hypnotherapy. I had a couple of really big issues that I wasn't able to overcome. I mean, I'm 47 now, so I was 45 when I first started it. One was an event, and another was a pattern that I kept following time after time after time. I couldn't get through these issues. I went through 3 lots of counseling at different times of my life, NLP, cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, meditation. I just couldn't get past these things. One of them, it was because the event was just really too painful for me to face properly. I never really faced it properly. And the second one, the pattern, was because I just didn't understand why I had this pattern. So the program really helped me to get through that first event and to really face it. With the different exercises that you do, it leads you up to that place. I knew that I was working up to it. And so when it came, it was difficult and it was challenging, but it wasn't as overwhelming as it had been for the whole of my life, like 35 years. So I had 35 years of this massive, massive pain that I just couldn't work through. With the program, I was able to face it, to work through it, and to come to terms with it, to accept what had happened. Not accept it because it was okay, but accept it in a way that was allowed me to move forward and not feel such overwhelming pain. And with time, like everything else, it just becomes easier. So it's still there, but it's not taking over my life anymore. It's not blocking me. So since that, I've been able to build a second business, build my first business as well, help other people even more than I was, because I'm a coach as well. I'm a voice coach. And so I've been able to help other people even more. Then with the pattern, still went through the pattern a couple of times. Anyone who's doing this is bound to be working on doing some other kind of personal development. When you integrate it, it just gives it another edge and a different angle and a different dynamic. And so you have all of these different things to pick from that work for you. It's really about you using what you need at different times. So it was really, really amazing for me. I really can't stress how much.
Every day in the course sort of makes you reflect on yourself, the lessons that Roger sort of learned throughout his life and what he's channeled through his Wilhelm, what he calls like his spirit, basically. It sort of forces you to do a lot of self-reflection, look at yourself in a different way. And one of the main things that I gained from the program was I thought that my past was all bad. I thought I was having like such a bad experience here. One of the days I remember was going back and rewriting everything that we thought was bad in our past experience and then extracting at least something good out of it. Realize that you can do that with anything. You would sort of have to become and really look at yourself in a new light, which would be more aligned with your more authentic self.
When I saw that, it gave me I needed to know why. And so I had to find the science behind it. And so I'm going to show you that. Let me go back here. It was so surprising to me, but I've always been one of those people. I want to know why it works. I'm always, I have to have the result, but I want to know why. And it's because I developed something different. And this is why I'm so grateful that I can give it to others.